Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Friends Podcast, man. Thank you for coming through again. If it's your first time, thank you so much for coming through. We definitely appreciate you for coming and listen to what we have to
Yep.
say today. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Matt. I'm here with my co-host.
My name is Rod, and this is the Friends Podcast. Make sure you check us out. Like Matt said, we're streaming everywhere. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. And make sure you check us out on our Instagram at the Friends Pod. Engage, talk to us. We're always looking for new type of topics that we can discuss with you guys, our friends. So check us out.
Yeah, man, what he said for sure. So let's go ahead and get into it as we always do. So I guess I'll go ahead and ask you about your last week. So what's been going on with you this last week?
This past week has been a bunch of things at work. Long days going on the job. Man, we just trying to get this whole railway system commissioned to completion. Of course, I'm in the New York area, so I'm working on the project doing that. So how's your week going?
Not too bad. Just kind of work. I actually went and volunteered at a like a church, like when it be like those like Salvation Army type things.
Volunteer.
Yeah, it went volunteer.
Volunteer.
Yeah,
Okay.
it just went volunteer. So like
This with the
people.
fam?
No, it was for work. So yeah,
I know it had to be with somebody.
yeah, yeah. I probably wouldn't do that. I would go back though. I ain't even gonna lie. Like it was cool. Like I actually enjoyed it. So what we was doing was just packing groceries for people that came through and like needed assistance or whatever. So depending on their family size, we would just give them however much, bread, eggs, water, what I'm saying, all kind of shit like that. So that was
I
cool.
I did that back in middle school and high school. They had us do that.
Oh, for
It
real?
was
Yeah, yeah.
something in Michigan downtown. I think it closed down recently.
For
It was
real.
like Harvest or something.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I can't remember the names of all the little, you know,
Yeah,
organizations and shit. But yeah, so also,
it sounded like
I,
free labor.
it was it was free as hell, but it was cool though. I felt like I was, what I'm saying, helping the community out. I'm saying, people that need things and that things of that nature. But also, let me talk about this too. This was something else I went through this week. Now, when you shave your face, do you use like the electric joint, or do you be using like the joint? You know what I'm saying? Like the little, I don't even know what the shit is called.
Electric or a regular one?
Yeah,
Razor?
yeah.
So the thing is, I've actually never shaved
Never?
myself.
What?
No, I have the barber. Either they use
Oh.
the clippers
Mm-hmm.
or they've used like the little straight razor. But
Okay, okay.
in my family, it's like get those ingrown hairs and the bumps real bad.
Bruh.
Like, I seen on my pop's face, like his whole jawline and everything is like all like bumps and shit. So he was like, "Yeah, never do it." It was the worst decision of his life. And I look at his face. I'm like, man, it looks like the worst decision of your life.
Damn, like that?
Yeah.
That's
So I'm like,
crazy.
yeah, I'm never gonna do that shit. Hell no.
I'm actually surprised to hear that. Yeah, because the reason I brought it up is because my sister got me like a bevel. I don't even, what do you call it? The regular razor, like the one that you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's the black brand, black owned one.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Tristan Walker. So I used it for the very first time. It was my first time using like the actual the blade, the razor one. So that was cool.
Yeah, I can't count myself.
Bruh. Yeah, I definitely got some ingrown hairs right now, but it was cool. Like it looked cool. It's nice and silver. It looked good on the counter. Like that's dope. So Bevel, if you're listening, go ahead and send us a sponsorship. We will promote you on this motherfucker because I used it. I liked it. So
I don't use razors. So don't send me nothing.
yeah, send me too. Send me too for sure. But okay. With that being said, I guess we can get into the topics that we have for the people today. So you want to go ahead and intro the first one?
Yeah, so this first topic has been, I hate this term, but viral
Yeah.
all over. And it's that just sounds so disgusting, like a disease, viral. And it's this baby daddy who the baby mama tried to put on blast. He was bringing his kid some McDonald's, and she was sick. She was like, "Look at this ain't shit nigga here. He only gonna bring McDonald's for one kid, and I got 4." And the whole situation here, they broke up, and he brings food like every other day for his son, but she has 3 other kids from different males.
Right.
So he only brings his kid food about every other day. But she's mad that she got 4 kids and it'll just look weird. And it is weird for only one kid to be eaten when she got all them kids.
Yeah, I
So what do you
mean,
think about it?
man, when I first saw that shit, I was just like, let me start here. Like, I think it's funny when people be trying to expose people, but then they end up exposing themselves. Because I feel like she really just made herself look so. She just made herself look so stupid. Like, he offered a solution. He was like, okay, have him come out to the car and come eat real quick. Like, it's not that's his father. Like, that's nothing. Have him come out to the car. You know what I mean? But I just love when people try to,
Like me and my son could eat in the car.
yeah, like, you know what I mean. And so I don't know, man.
Father son time.
Like, cause I'm sure she probably complained. Oh, he don't never come and see Lil. You know what I'm saying? I know she probably complained about that. So it was like he had the opportunity to go kick it with his dad right quick, and she was like, no. So
I've been seeing a lot of ladies that saying you need to watch who you get with
facts.
because it's a bunch of ain't shit niggas like him
Whoa,
who only
whoa,
bring
whoa.
who only bringing food for one kid. And you know I got a whole family out here. Like, how you only gonna bring food for one kid?
Do you okay? Let me ask you this: do you even see any part of her perspective at all? Like, do you feel like any of it is logical?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I'm not saying she's right, but I do get the optics of it.
Yeah, 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 of course, yeah. It makes sense. Like, of course, you don't
I'm
want
only
them.
looking in terms of the child's perspective.
Right? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like if one of the kids is eating, because you're not, as a child you're not gonna understand like when your brother or sister eating McDonald's and you ain't got no McDonald's. That's the way you're gonna look at it. You be like, well, why is he get it? Is like it's gonna highlight how your daddy ain't shit. If one kid got the McDonald's and you're gonna feel favoritism, like man, he be getting food. Like he said, he
Right.
come by every other day. He always bringing the food that's brought out, and they don't have anything. Of course, they're gonna ask questions like, "Why does he always get blah blah blah?" Or I gotta get the food made at the crib when he's getting good food
Right.
just brought to him.
And you know
I'm
kids love McDonald's.
I'm only thinking in terms of the child's perspective at this point. What I think is the wrong is for the woman per se. Okay, I feel like I put their perspective. So now it's my turn.
Okay.
All right, so check it out. Like if I was a father and I was bringing my kid food and I'm not together with that woman or lady anymore, why would you expect me to still play that role of being a father to the entire household? Like I'm not staying with you, like we're not together, like I'm not providing for this family anymore any longer once I left the situation. So if I was still there and I'm the man of that household, then you got to make sure everyone eats. But once I leave that situation, that's not the case anymore. I'm not the man of this household. I don't know who you bringing up in here, like whatever. You got 3 other kids with 3 other dudes. At that point, you probably got me on child support, and I'm even doing even more. I'm coming to bring my son food, just come talk to him or whatever, and see how he doing. I'm doing extra stuff, like just to have that relationship and that bond with my son at least.
Right.
Cause
Right.
like I'm not trying to like be happy with you or like any of that, because that relationship is done. That's not what this is about any longer. It's about just me and my son. That's our relationship. That's what I want to grow stronger. So yeah, I'm gonna bring my kids something. I'm not gonna like I'm not trying to make the home a happy place and do all that kind of stuff and make sure everyone's good and stuff like that. Like that's no longer my responsibility.
Right. I totally agree. I mean, man. Well, I won't say totally, because I do feel like there's a part of me that's like, damn, I would just want to feed all the kids. Because at the end of the day, it is kids that can't eat. Allegedly.
Go volunteer.
Who, her?
No, you. You want to feed kids?
No, I'm saying kids that I would have a relationship with, like, cause he know them kids. You know what I'm saying? He done seen them kids and been around them kids. So it's like, if I knew that they really wasn't eating for real,
For a reason, though.
for a reason, yeah.
She was the thing. Like she brought up was, oh, you know, my stamps don't come into blah blah
To the
blah.
11th, yeah.
It was
Like,
like, what the hell that got to do with me and mine? And I agree with him. But a lot of women look at that and be like, man, you just a real bold ain't shit dude. Like, why would you do that?
I wish I could understand that perspective, but I feel like from a male perspective, it's just different for us because we are expected to be the providers. I guess I don't know, but like I said, if it's kids, because kids they don't got nothing to do with that. That's really an issue between you and the baby mother for real.
Why
Like
don't she cook?
she ain't had the stamps. I guess I don't know. I mean, she could have threw something together, some hamburger helper or something. Like
So no one's gonna eat. Like if she don't have no stamps. Like
that was my question.
she got like probably 3 or 4 baby daddies. You ain't got none of them on child support to make sure their kids is eating. Like she can't go out and get the other kids to McDonald's.
I don't know. I don't get it. And that's that's one of those other things about like viral shit or just shit on the internet that we see. Like we can really only see one dimension of it. Like we only see one perspective, like one small glimpse into their life. So we really don't know what the real situation is. Like we don't know if they locked up. We don't know if they just what I'm saying, dead. Maybe they dead. Maybe they what I'm saying? Like we don't know. We really don't know. So like I'm trying hard not to judge, but
She laid down with all them men.
she did.
Those kids is her responsibility. Why is it just on this one dude to handle all those dudes' kids with you?
Right.
Like I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Nah, I feel that. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe she was feeling some type of way that day. She was just had it. She had it with him, and she just felt like, nah, like I'm not having this shit no more. You come every other day with this motherfucking stinking at McDonald's every day.
And the kid love it.
Exactly. Like I said, kids love McDonald's. So it's like I do feel where you coming, like the optics of having one kid eating McDonald's, eating the chicken nuggets by himself. Like take him in the bedroom. Like he offered solutions, and she still threw the food in the street. Like it's disrespect. And yeah, I just think the whole thing was just bad to put on the internet because really she just made herself look like a bird, the biggest bird, like the biggest bird. Did you see her response
Look
too?
like a bomb. Like
Yeah, that too.
like it looks like you can't even afford McDonald's for your other kids. That's what it
Yeah,
looked like to me.
shit, she better get that GoFundMe going. Something.
Man, she should have sent him a text, but like, can you grab this for my other kids, and I'll just give you the money for them.
Wait, did you see her response though?
Nah, I didn't see it. What was his response though?
I mean, she was basically standing on that shit. Like she was like, okay, well y'all attacking me, but still y'all like she was just kind of still standing on the same point that she was making. But the I was looking at the comments and people was like, damn, you in here, you got your hair done, you got your makeup done, you got
Of course,
nails.
that's
You
where
know
the
what
child
I'm saying?
support going, huh?
I don't know. Like I
You gotta
said,
look
I
good for the
don't know.
next dude.
Like I said, it was just another glimpse into her life. We don't know. We don't know what the fuck happened. We don't know. Maybe she been had that for 5 years. Maybe she been had the wig. You know what I mean? But I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying hard not to judge, but it looked bad. It looked bad, and
It's just really is what I'm really just so sad about.
mhm,
It's the child.
that's
They
it.
they have to look at this like in the future. Everything lives on the internet, and then being the father and the mother kids, her knowing that can't give McDonald's in the house for the other kids,
Damn, not a McNugget,
McNugget, McSalad.
not a McSalad,
They
nothing.
can't do nothing. Not a McChicken. The McChicken and the fries like what, $2-3?
Shit, you could really bust it down though, for real. You could get a McChicken, split it 4 ways, like
No kids meal.
nothing, no Happy Meal, no toy. Like, come on, man, it's
Like
fucked
that.
up.
Why y'all gotta be like that?
You
Like
know, you know what's so interesting that I'm thinking like after We Cry Together, that Kendrick track, like this shit, we kind of just saw that shit in real life just happen, like in real time. Like this was the same thing, like some bullshit. They arguing over bullshit, like it's stupid. just give the boy the food or let the boy come outside. Like, I don't know. So I think Kendrick was really profound when he dropped that shit because he knew this was an issue. Like,
I
man,
mean, woman, like I saw like a perspective like online from another woman that said, "Oh, I got kids and stuff like that." It's like if a dude ever did that, she took the woman's side, saying you should never get with a dude like that who agrees with what he did, because
yeah, why?
why would you do that? Like if he's not, because they try to portray it like the dude's broke. Like, oh man, this dude, he ain't got no money, no nothing.
Shit, he
Like he
might
can't
be.
he can't even afford to get McDonald's for all the kids. And just be like, it's not that you can't afford it, you just don't want to. And he don't.
So you feel like he did it off the principle?
It's not the principle. Yeah, the principle of is I'm gonna take care of mine. That's the
Mm-hmm.
principle. Like I'm not taking care of your whole household no more. Like that's for you to figure out. Like I said before, like she laid down with all the men. She should call up them dudes and be like, "Yo, bring your kids some McDonald's."
Yeah.
Like, why you mad at him for your other kids is not eating? But all right, I mean that's the end of that. What's the next topic?
Yeah. So I guess let's talk about Miles Bridges. So Miles Bridges, he really been kind of wilding for a little minute though. Like one, his music, I feel like that was the first time when I first off, Miles Bridges is the NBA player. Um, the most recent team I remember him playing for was the Hornets. I don't know where he at now. I think he was trying to go to the Pistons or some shit like that. But
He's still in the Hornets.
yeah. So first time I realized Miles Bridges was wilding when I listened to his music. I forgot what his rap name is, but he was just in that bitch talking about shooting, drugs, and
He
all
be
that
with
shit.
Sada Baby and them, like they homies.
Yeah,
They be
hell yeah.
playing basketball, so they got some of the similar content.
hmm
As far as I know, they both like was. He's from Detroit, right?
I think he's from Michigan. It might not be Detroit, but he is from Michigan if I'm not mistaken. But so that was the first time I found out he was. Well, I figured out he was wilding was his music. The second was when I seen the picture of him with the lean cup and the. I think he had like a blunt. And he posted that shit on his Instagram story. I'm like, ain't you in the league though? Like you're
He
wilding.
bulling.
I guess so. I guess he was bullying.
Oh, it says Flint, Michigan. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he from
he
Flint.
he chilling.
Yeah, not
That's
for
what they
sure.
do.
So that was the second time when I realized he was wilding. But then his news story came out, where I believe it's his wife came out and kind of she said that she's tired of hiding everything, and she kind of exposed the fact that he put his hands on her multiple times. She released the photos on her Instagram as well, and it was looking pretty bad to be honest, and it's not looking good for Miles Bridges at this point. So
Yeah, she had a busted lip. That's about it. All I really saw. She was showing her hip, but I didn't see nothing really all that bad about the hip.
yeah, so I mean, I guess what's your thoughts on this? Like initially, do you feel like he's out of here? Or do you feel like it's gonna be
When you
something that
say
just
out
blows
of
over?
here, what do you mean out of here?
I'm saying like court case, what I'm saying, jail time, no NBA no more. Or do you feel like the NBA still gonna fuck with him? He gonna be good?
I think he about to get a mass contract. Miles Bridges about to pro up.
I don't
He about to get that bag. And as the wife, she putting all their stories out right when he's about to sign that big check. And
Yeah,
I mean, of course, she won't have.
so, I'm assuming. I mean, yeah, if it's his wife, yeah. But I mean,
It's timing, right?
what's so bad with putting a story out there if it's something that's real? Like so you feel like it's not real?
I think it's timing. Timing is everything. Like she said, he's been doing this and everything. And it's right when negotiation for possibly not the rookie contract anymore, but the max contract and stuff like that that'll really
hmm
take him to like that type of money there is
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Like $250 million probably contract over 5 years. Like the situation that they've been got going on is nothing like how if he had that much money.
Right. So you feel like so when you say timing, do you mean that she came out with this shit for a reason, like in a sinister way, or do you feel like,
Yeah, I think the timing was very like it was calculated. It was something that she wanted to do to harm his image right before this happened.
Yeah. Okay.
because it's
So.
like I feel like she could have like put it out like a lot sooner
Mhm.
before like it was time for negotiations and things of that nature. I'm not trying to victim blame. That's not what I'm trying to do here. But the timing just seems weird.
Cause I was gonna say like, okay, let's talk about our podcast, right? Don't we? I feel like there's for a podcast, there's popular times to post, or people gonna look at it the most times. There's popular times to post on Instagram when people ain't go engage the most times. Like sometimes you got to hit them where it hurts, and especially if it's something that I'm saying she's actually a victim of. Like I don't really care about the timing personally. Like shit, she hitting him where it hurts, and he hurt her. So it's like I really don't see the issue with, what I'm saying, right before he get a contract and she want to expose it. Like, that's fine with me. Like, that's one of them things where I'm like, you put your hands on women, like, it's something I can't condone. So I really can't, I can't even, I ain't got nothing bad to say about her if everything is true. Um, but I feel you though. I do feel like, the timing was calculated because she wanted to hit him where it hurts. Point blank.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully she didn't sign no prenup
Shit.
because these athletes out here, yeah, I mean, this woman that's want them every single game, on and off the court as well. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, he got a bag already.
yeah, I mean, she has his kids and everything. It's their relationship and all that. But it's just sad to see a black relationship like that. Well, I don't know. She black. I don't think she is actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I doubt it. He's a basketball player. You don't really see that often.
So, so in terms of that, I do feel you though. Like, yeah, like you don't want to see, I guess, any relationship just dwindle like that, especially when it's some domestic violence shit. But like, so you mentioned earlier, like, oh, he about to get the max. Like, so you feel like the NBA, if they really get the evidence, you feel like they just gonna like look over it because the NFL will do that, and they have done that. Deshaun Watson is a recent example. Like, so you think the NBA just gonna let that shit ride?
Yeah, they won a championship.
But is he gonna be the one that bring the championship though? For real, like has he even been in the playoffs before?
He's a rookie. Like he's a great player, and he
He
will be a great addition to any team in the league.
he a rookie? I didn't realize he
He
was
ain't
that
a
young.
rookie, but like he's coming off his rookie contract,
Yeah, for sure.
so that's a few
Um,
years. So
yeah, I mean he be hooping. You know what I'm saying
yeah,
from what
he's a
I've
great
seen.
addition.
Yeah, so I mean I
I
guess
hope
I
he
could
comes
see
to the
that.
Pistons.
That's what they was talking about though. I mean shit, like that's hometown for real. Like Detroit, Flint, like that's up the street.
He gonna be a
Um,
monster in for Detroit Pistons. All
yeah,
his boys come to the game, Silo on the front floor. Man.
I just don't want to make light of it and try to like, cause I know, like I said, if it's real, if it's true, if he was really putting his hands on her in a
I
real
mean, you
way,
know
like.
it's true. You saw the pictures.
But I'm saying,
What do
but
you mean you
still,
don't know if it's true?
but I'm saying, with that being said, I don't even want to talk about, oh, he gonna be fired for the Pistons. Like, okay, like put that nigga in jail. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about it. Like,
It
ain't
don't
no
mean
Pistons.
it don't matter. It don't mean he going to jail though.
It should to me or something. Like, something should be
Maybe
taken
he'll go to
away
counseling or something.
if they
But
do
that
that
or maybe
shit.
relationship counseling, maybe some anger management. But it's not like he beat her bloody to death. Like he's not going to prison.
I
Like
mean,
if that's what you're thinking, like that's not what this is.
I mean, I feel like any type of domestic violence, it don't got to be bloody or what I'm saying, death or anything like that. Just don't put your hands on each other. It
Yeah, of
don't.
course, like he should never do that. But to think that that will affect his career in sports, that's naive.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't believe that because what he did off the court, unless he was killing somebody like that football player from back in the day who ended up offing himself.
mhm.
He ain't doing
Aaron
that.
Hernandez, yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Hernandez. Unless he's doing stuff like that, dealing and gangs and stuff like that. But yeah, we've seen these domestic abuses from all across different sports. We've
Yeah,
seen that's the thing. We only know one side of the story.
this is true. This is true.
We know her side because she's publicizing. She's speaking to all these news articles. She's releasing the photos of her marriage. She's putting this out for everyone to know.
Yeah. I mean, shit. If they didn't get him out of here for that lean cup in the picture, like that's to me that was just like that's a hard drug. Like if it was weed, okay, like
How you know
weed
what's
is
in this cup? Like Lil Wayne say,
man.
you don't know what's in
You
that cup.
you know exactly. Nothing else is the color of lean. Nothing else is the
Might be
color. Like
Kool-Aid, juice,
there's nothing else that's the color
ice.
of lean. Like it's pink purplish. Like it's lean. It's in a
I've
styrofoam
had
cup.
some pretty good pink purplish juice. That was delicious.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Some
What was it?
pomegranate.
That nigga ain't drinking no damn pomegranate juice. Like, you know damn well.
That shit was good. Like, I was
You
fucking
know,
with it.
you know damn well he ain't drinking no pomegranate. Like it
It's
that
good. It's good for
it
the
is
heart.
good. It is. It is. I mean, he is an athlete. He could have been health conscious. You never know. So let me stop dry snitching. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just hope that justice is served in whatever way it need to be served, man. Because like I said, I don't fuck with that. I can't condone it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I feel like if it gets to that point, you might as well just go ahead and end the relationship and move on. Like, why take all this violence all over that time? I hope that she finds the healing that she needs. I
Hmm.
hope that she leaves the situation, and um, yeah, I want to see her healthy. I want to see her um, mentally well. That's really all I care about. I
Nah,
want
for sure.
her to be at ease. I don't want her to deal with the domestic abuse consistently from, as she or so she says, from Miles Bridges.
Hmm.
Leave the situation and go find something that makes you happy. Let him deal with the anger and all that just built up with inside him, and then you go deal with what you got to deal with in your kids and your family. That's what matters.
Yep, I agree with you. Well said. Well said. So let's go ahead and get into this next topic and go ahead and intro that.
Yeah. So R. Kelly,
Mm.
man, the transition there. As we all know, his story. Ever since he was peeing on young kids, well, I mean, allegedly. Of course, he won that case, as we all know. It finally came down to sentencing, and he lost this time. And he was sentenced to 30 years. 30 years behind bars. They finally got this guy. He's been doing a bunch of shit with young kids all these years. Apparently, I mean, that was what's in the case, and all the women who testified. Man, I'm happy that you guys are seeing justice finally. All the women that he might have harmed or hurt, I'm glad that you're seeing justice finally. And again, like it's for the women out there. Like I hope you find peace. I hope you find um, mental wellness, and I hope this decision that the court has decided does something for you, and it's something that leads you to move on or move forward and feel like justice is being served.
Yeah. Um, so let's provide a little bit more information. So he got sentenced to 30 years in prison for federal racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Now, I didn't read totally into this, but I want to say this was related to when he had them people locked or in the basement. I won't say locked up. I don't know. I don't know what the evidence said, but I don't know exactly what it was. But I don't know. I guess the ball dropped.
Mm-mm-mm.
The shoe dropped. You know what I mean? So it's just like this is what it is, and you
Man,
know,
I hope they piss on him in jail.
yeah, nah, like for real. But so they actually had a case for that videotape back in the day. I never knew that because you mentioned they had a case.
They showed the videotape at court
Oh, like recently?
back in the day when he was
Oh,
pissing
back in
on
the
a
day.
young girl,
I didn't know that. I
and
never
he
knew
had the
that.
Batman mask.
Yeah, now that mask was crazy.
Yeah, and that's what they were trying to decide in court whether that was really him. And
Yeah.
his lawyer was amazing
Man,
because he had a mask on. The glove don't fit. Must
man,
acquit.
for real though. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga had a motherfucking master at that shit. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't have too much to say about R. Kelly at this point. Like, Everybody's done said everything that need to be said. Like really the thing that really was needed to be said was what the justice system had to be said. Like this is the public court opinion, as they say. So it's like, yeah, we can have our opinions, but like this is what the court said.
The court ain't always right.
I was just about to say that. Because sometimes I don't trust the court, but
A lot of times I don't trust the court.
yeah, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I
But when
mean,
you have evidence and you have a bunch of people speaking up about what had happened, you can kind of start to formulate what happened. I don't need a court system or a jury of peers when all the information is online and I'm seeing it there, like the pictures, the testimonies. You can come up with your own narrative or what you think is going on. I mean, because that's all they're doing. They're just listening to what's said in court, and then they're just coming up with the conclusion, and they're saying, "Hey, this jury of your peers decided blah blah blah." I could do that myself.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But the thing is, when it's out in public, in the public, when the information is out here, I feel like a lot of times people don't really pay attention to all the evidence. Like when you in court, if you in a jury, you got to pay attention. You get everything that they offer laid out to you in chronological order. Just like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes we'll get some information. Like I didn't even know about the court case and like with the P video, but you just told me about that. Like they would
You
have
didn't
said that
know?
in
You didn't
court.
never seen a Dave Chappelle piss on you?
I've seen that. I just didn't know he went to court for it. I thought it was just a video that was out there.
You didn't know R. Kelly went to court for that,
I had no idea.
and he won the case.
I had no idea. I had
That's
no
literally
idea.
what came. That's how that video came out.
Was it? That's why he went to court. Okay, 'cause I do remember
That's
that
around the same
Boondocks
time.
episode. Yeah, that Boondocks episode. I remember he was in court. I didn't know if that's what it was for. That's interesting.
They
But
literally showed it. Like that's what happened.
right. It's been a minute since I've seen the episode. But I say all that to say, like, sometimes we don't have all the information to even make a formed, like, a educated opinion about shit. So it's just like, I can kind of trust the courts when it's a jury. Depends on who the peers is, though. But like for the most
The
part,
peers
nah.
most of the time is never in your favor.
Exactly.
The peers are gonna be working class people who are so far removed from what's going on. That's normally what a jury is.
But that's a good thing. It's unbiased.
How is that unbiased when it's only one group of people? Normally,
Because you said they so far removed, so it's not like they have an opinion on that. Like, it's two different things though. It's celebrities that do this shit and regular people that go to court. Like when the celebrities, yeah, they might have an opinion, but like regular people,
and that's
if they,
why a lot of like black people tend to get a bunch more years.
yeah,
It's when you're talking about like in terms of your peers and who you was with. I mean, I hate to say it, but maybe they have like some cases and things that they had to go through when they were younger growing up, and then they're just not able to be jury members. It might have been something like super light,
right,
but it doesn't matter in terms of the court. Like they're not gonna be chosen to come there and be a jury person. Like, and I feel like when you're going there and you're getting these people from these suburban neighborhoods normally as jury members for someone who's in the hood, they already have a perceived perspective. It's
right,
like even if you go to like some restaurants and they be like, and they'll see a black person, they be like, "Oh, you wearing some Nikes or something like that?" Like they'll look at you immediately and have a perception in their mind of what you are before,
yep, a
no
hoodie,
matter how much you make or anything or why you even show up. Like you'll be at the clubs and they'll just turn you away
yeah,
just because of who you are. It's a perceived perspective. So that's exactly the same way I view the court system. It's like it's never in the favor of people who live in poverty. Like you're always going to be looked down upon. You got to prove that you're not guilty first, instead of the other way around. How law's supposed to work.
which is interesting because I know Jay-Z and R. Kelly got that song "Guilty Until Proven Innocent," and that's a real thing though, for real. Like we people that's what I'm saying, are darker skinned black people, we be guilty before we be innocent. Like for the most, but in that,
I'm just saying poverty stricken ain't even about dark. It's just poverty stricken people are 9 times out of 10, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, unfortunately. And it also depends on where you get arrested at. Because if you get arrested in the suburbs and you know what I'm saying, like you're not from there, like yeah, they gon' you know what I'm
You
saying, like
you
there
gonna
goes the
lose.
neighborhood. Yeah, there goes the neighborhood type shit. Like we don't want you even in here. Like don't even come here. So we're gonna make sure that we get you out of here. So yeah, I mean, that is what it is. Like I said, he's out of here for 30 years. Um, which is interesting because Jelaine, whatever the fuck, got 20. And
Ghislaine Maxwell, I think that's her name.
yeah, something. She got 20, he got 30. So it's like, I don't know. So like you said, the
It's
court
still a lot
system
of
ain't shit.
years, but
It is.
what she did and her husband that did back in the day was 10 times, maybe 100 times worse
Mm-hmm.
than what R. Kelly did, and they only gave her 20 years. Like, she should have got never see the light of day. That's how bad that crime was.
Yeah, that shit is disgusting.
Her whole man. They should go after the people who was in his book.
Yeah, no, that too. The thing though about that Maxwell cases though, I think it was only 4 victims that had came forward, so you could really only try to charge her on those 4 victims. Despite how much shit that she did, it's only 4 people that was in the case. Now with R. Kelly, I don't know how many people was in the case, but you got to consider that too. Like the court, that's why the courts be shaky because it's like we know you did this other shit, but nobody's really coming forward, so we can only prosecute you on this shit.
Yeah, and it's funny, it's only 4 people, but we know it was a whole lot more.
I mean, yeah,
But
that's
when it's a black celebrity, there'd be 100 people that will
he said
speak up.
100 people.
Like I swear, like they'd be like, "Oh, I got touched. I was with this person at this time." Like,
Yeah.
it's nasty.
Well, Bill
But this
Cosby had
white
54.
woman, like with the Jeffrey, for you guys don't know, the Jeffrey Epstein, she was Jeffrey Epstein's wife,
Yeah.
and like all the kids, like that they had like a child sex trafficking ring by. It's like we know, like maybe they were paid or something like that, but it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like sex trafficking, prostitution of young kids.
Children, like ridiculous.
Like I can cry right now.
Yeah,
And she only got 20 years?
Yeah. I mean, maybe if more people would have came forward. So you feel like people just be wanting to come forward when it's a black person, and like when it's a white person, they just be like, "Oh nah, I don't want to
We see it.
ruffle the feathers." But why is that though? That don't make no sense. Because if you're a victim, you're a victim. Like I don't get that. Why would people think like that?
They think it's so much bigger check that they gonna get. They just know, they feel like they're gonna win. And their odds is they will win. When it's
Interesting.
a dark skinned dude, like
Yeah.
if a rich white dude or somebody like that is like, most likely you're not gonna win.
Mm.
But R. Kelly or Bill Cosby, that's a good bet.
Man. Yeah, so I guess let's go ahead and wrap that up, man. Like, hopefully it's the last time we talk about him until he get pissed on in prison. This is the Friends Podcast, man. Check us out everywhere you can even check us out. We're everywhere podcasts are streaming. And tap into our Instagram too, man. Definitely tap in and let us know if you're wilding about R. Kelly or Miles Bridges or any of the other shit that we talking about. All right, we out. So let's go ahead and get into